Okay, so now let's cover the actual paints. These are the paints, the two boxes. So the first box here is the Lumiere paint, or however you would say that. And these, all the ones that I have found have a metallic sheen. And for me, that's not awesome. But if you have a desire for something to be metallic, shiny, more fun, or to do accents, they do work well for that. I really do like the metallic russet, and there's a copper. There's the metallic russet, and it isn't, I don't know how well it's coming through there's a metallic bronze. Well, goodness. Oh, there it is, right there in the front. Metallic copper. So I really like those as accents on bottoms of shoes and details. So I'll show you some of that later. They both work the same. They're both water soluble. You can use whatever brushes you want with them. What do you call it? Angelus paints. The Angelus paints are here. They tend to come in smaller containers. It's not worth it really to buy a larger container. They, as you can hear, are, relatively liquidy. They stay a good consistency. They definitely need to be shaken before you use them. They last a good long while. They can be mixed together to make whatever colors you want. And let's see. Oh, I could never remember what colors I had, so I made this. And those are all the colors that I have found a use for. And as you can see, some of those colors are not type 3 colors, but I don't worry about that because I blend them with other colors to make them whatever version of a type 3 I can come up with. If you don't want to mess with mixing with things, the brick and terracotta obviously look very similar. The russet is beautiful. Burgundy. The autumn red is very nice. The cognac is nice if you want that kind of more tan color. And the dark brown is one of my staples as far as what I use to change black heels into brown heels, because even brown heels aren't that light, and so that dark brown really does cover well and doesn't show scuffs that much. So that dark brown is a definite for me. Plus you can mix it with this neutral, which is basically a medium that is colorless, and you can mix it with the other paint to make a glaze so that it's more transparent and you're only adding a super light coat without watering down your paint. Now, as far as brushes for the paint, lots of places recommend this fan brush. I am not a fan. I mean, it's like it spreads out. I don't like how the edges end up on other parts. I just feel like I can't get any control with this brush. And as a control person, I am not fond of that. I love this brush. It is filbert shaped, and it is a wash brush. So it's used for watercolor. Joann's, any art place. I love how much paint can be held inside these bristles. I love the point on it. I love how when you smash it down, you can get a really thin line. I love this brush, and I have done almost all my shoes with this brush. I do use these little skinny things that are like super tiny. One is more bendy than the other. The long one's more bendy. I use them on the sole of the shoe where the sole meets the leather upper part. And I'll explain that when I show you the shoe. But anyway, those two I really like for any fine details or places where I need to just put a tiny bit of paint. So Those are the brushes I use. You can use any brushes you want. The more expensive the brush, the less likely you are to have any sort of streaking and bristles falling out into your paint and drying. Let's see if I had any other brush advice. Be sure to wash out your brushes with soap and warm water and let them dry overnight. Don't let them dry standing up in a jar. When you wash your brush, squish all of the soap in there, rinse, 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 and then wrap in a paper towel to dry it out. Then, on the edge of your counter, let it sit like this. That way the air comes up from the bottom and from the top. You get a good complete drying, and it's not putting water down in this part here, which loosens the glue and lets bristles fall out. So, that's pretty much the lowdown on that.